Someone was asking me about my camera mount, so I figured I'd talk about that real quick. I got this Amazon strap-on mount. It just kind of goes over the helmet between the shield and under the bottom. And this black thing here and this wire is the GoPro microphone adapter. And then this plug here is the Purple Panda mic. It's a lapel mic. And then it plugs into, I think this is an adapter actually, that plugs into the GoPro adapter that came with the camera. And then that's just sitting behind here, stuffed in there, wedged in there real good. And then the wire comes in and it's kind of all wrapped up and stuffed under my padding there, which is pretty cool because this is like magnetic and you can kind of open it and stick it in there. But I got the fuzzy, I don't know if you can see in here, but it's got the fuzzy mic cover to reduce the wind noise. It's a little bit annoying on your lips a little bit sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't really bother me. And I got it like kind of stuffed in there behind these straps, but it does cut down on some of the more, I don't know, unpleasant sounds, noises. So anyway, that's the setup, and I'm running a GoPro Hero 8. That's what I'm recording on right now. But I am transitioning to a more like permanent mounted solution. I do like the fact that, oh, and I have this mount zip tied. I'm sorry, the GoPro camera adapter mounted to this mount with zip ties. So that's how that's sitting there, all packaged up like that. And it's pretty easy to move. If I wanted to move this whole setup, I'd just unstrap it. It would all come off, and then I could strap it to another helmet, and then, you know, just stick my camera in. But the more permanent solution, I'm trying to move to this Bell helmet. It's a, can't remember the type now, but it's the Buster finish, I guess. But it's got more room on the inside for the ear speakers, so I like to keep my cardo on this one. But I was trying to get more fixed with this stick-on mount, and then have the bar come around and hold the camera. And so I'm waiting to try to, I haven't quite, I've received some parts. But I haven't quite got it to where I can, where I want it, so I'm not ready to use it yet. And you know, that's extra cost, all these extra accessories. So they just came out with a 9, so you can probably pick up an 8 or even older versions for cheaper. The 9 has probably got a lot more functionality with the way it interacts with your phone, I would think. A little easier, a little more automated, a little faster, I would definitely hope. For some short videos, I'll just go on GoPro and use their little phone app, and the data will transfer via camera Wi-Fi signal that you have to connect to your phone. Your phone has to connect to the camera, I guess is how you say it. But that transfers the data. I would say it takes about 8 minutes of video, 10-minute video to transfer over the Wi-Fi. So, you know, I just usually take out, like I said, the memory stick, put it in the little square SD adapter, plug it into the laptop, you know, on the side where that little slot is, and then edit on the laptop. But before I got into the GoPro, I wanted to see if I like even was interested in videoing, so I got this Akaso camera. I believe it's the V Pro 7 or something like that. Anyway, about a week after I got it, this little ring around there, I guess it was just a decorative piece because it still works just fine, just kind of fell off. But anyway, you got a couple of ports here and the stick goes in there, the micro USD or micro SD. But this is pretty good, and so I left a review online, and it wasn't a bad review, but it wasn't a good review. And it also comes with this protective case, so and a buttload of accessories, and then you can buy an add-on pack of accessories for cheap. That's the thing about the Amazon. The accessories for the generic cameras also work with the GoPro, but they are somewhat lesser quality, and you know, I've had some nuts fall out of them, and then I have to go find new parts or go find a new nut or whatever. The GoPro accessories are a little bit more durable, or actually quite a bit more durable. And if you subscribe to their cloud service, you get unlimited storage, which I had a hard time using because you have to wait for it to upload to the cloud or sync, you know, with your folder and all that stuff where you store them on your computer. But anyway, and so that was sort of a hassle. I think hopefully with the Hero 9 they've worked all that out and it's a lot faster and easier to use for most people. What else? So anyway, yeah, this camera was like 70 bucks. I used it. I was like, yeah, I kind of like filming my rides. That's cool. And then Costco had a deal on the Hero 8 one time. It was like a special pack where it came with a couple other things, like an extra battery or something and some other doodads. And anyway, so I left the review on this Costco camera, and well, this one. And then about a month later, I get an email from Jack Q Chan, which I thought was total bullshit, spam. And so anyway, he's talking about they want to make it up to me, da 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 da. Do I want a refund? Da 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 da. I was like, yeah, sure, they're gonna give me a refund, whatever. Then he offered me, how about I test out a new camera or whatever, leave it another review. And so they sent me this camera for free. So now I have these two cameras that were 70 bucks, which 2 for 70 is not bad. But the GoPro quality I think is worth it, and also the fact that it works with the phone better. I mean, these claim to work with the phone and have the Wi-Fi, but I never could quite get their app to work right. And plus, I mean, do you really want to, I don't know, with the whole political climate and espionage and bad apps and spam and malware and all this other stuff, you know, I mean, I don't know. I feel like GoPro might be more responsible with our data. I mean, I doubt it, but you know, I'd like to think that. But I would like to try out the 180 or the 360. I forget the full name of the camera. I was just looking at it today and I thought it was so cool. But it's got a 180 camera in the front and a 180 camera in the back. I assume that's how it works to get the full 360. And then you can record them both at the same time and do different portions and all that kind of fun stuff. And their editing algorithm services that come with their camera, and their cameras are more modular, like you put them together and build them like little cubes. It's kind of, so yeah, that's my camera setup. I bound them on the bike with I used the cheaper camera for my Face of Me mount, use the GoPro on the helmet. I mount them on with a RAM mount with the, you know, the little ball joints. And that's about it. The only other thing that you might need to worry about is data storage, especially if you're going to play around with 2 or multiple cameras. Even with just one camera, data storage is crazy. That's probably why most people, I mean, they have all this fancy, you know, 4K, 5K, whatever, but nobody's really using that because it takes up so much storage. I mean, I think you can do just fine with 1080. So that's what I use, 1080p, and 30 frames a second a minimum, usually 60 is pretty good. And you have smaller file sizes, so it's a little bit easier to manage, but they're still huge. I mean, you're talking about one 10-minute clip is, I don't know, 4 gigs maybe. Yeah, so